So there's this art journaling game hosted by Lisa Young, where basically they are working with an art prompt and you guess what it is. Um, and there's 4 videos. I'll link to the videos in the description below. But there are 4 videos, and none of them, except Lisa, knows what the original prompt is, and the whole goal is to kind of guess what the prompt is. Um, and I have 2 guesses. My guess is vintage ephemera and paper clips, based on Lisa Young's video. The vintage ephemera because I feel like that was included very heavily in the page, but the paperclip because to me, it felt like she had to include the paperclip. So, yeah, so those are my 2 guesses, but I don't know. I mean, she did say that it has to be prominent, and I don't know if I would consider where she placed the paperclip to be prominent, but, I don't know. I could see the argument for it being prominent. So, also. But anyway, that's enough rambling from me. So I'm going to be trying to use both some sort of vintage ephemera and a paperclip in this page. I have like a bunch of vintage photos, so I was going to use one of those, and I have one of this little kid right there that I'm going to use. I also have a bunch of paper clips. These aren't all my paper clips, but I mean, I honestly have no idea how to incorporate it into the page, so at least that will look normal. And other than that, I am just going to be doing my typical doodly thing. I've got my standard 3 pens. I've got Staedtler 005, which is my typical small pen size. I've got a Prismacolor 05, which will be my medium today, and a Prismacolor 08, which will be my large today. And then I've also got a few colored pens. I've got a brown, a purple by Kaiser, which I do not recommend because they don't, I have a lot of trouble writing with them, but a gray pen, which the brown and the gray are both by Arteza, and then a glittery purple by Karen, which the Karen ones, I have mixed feelings about these ones, because I have a lot of problems with, like, after the ink is completely dry, the glitter still gets off and gets stuck to everything but the paper. It seems I have had glitter stuck to my hands for multiple days after using those pens. But anyway, so I am just going to go ahead and get started. So I'm kind of thinking that of drawing a sort of plant or flower type of thing, and this pen looks like it's on its last legs, but anyway, drawing a sort of flower type thing that the little kid will be standing on. And so this will be kind of like sort of leaf base thing of the flower. Yeah, I think that's good. And then I want to do it like this. Anyway, so, and I'm thinking it'll be center kind of facing up, kind of like that sort of thing going on. And I'll just kind of fill in this area with X's. And then I'm thinking I'll glue this little kid to just be standing on top of there like that. So now I'll add the petals. So I feel kind of like doing a little bit of a kind of raindrop shape sort of thing going on. Having them overlapping, sure, why not? That just kind of happened, but I think it looks kind of cool. Kind of like a bit like a wilted flower, but honestly a bit cool. Like maybe dried out a little bit from the sun. Should I add another layer of petals? I think that's good. And then going to draw the stem here. I feel like it does kind of need some leaves going off of the side or something here. I don't really like that. That's okay though. Yeah, it looks kind of weird. I should have left this center open. Oh well. I'm gonna go ahead, just cut little kid out of the photo. I'll do this in front of the camera so you have something to look at instead of just what I've already done. Yeah, and I just got this, I think, like a few years ago. I got a bunch of photos from Etsy, I think it was. Nowadays, though, I live by so many thrift stores and a huge antique mall. I'd probably just go to one of those nowadays to try to find some photos, but there's also an art supply thrift store right near me, and that is my favorite art supply store. So can do it like that. Yeah. Then I'm just gonna use Tombow Mono Liquid Glue to get this little kid on there. Okay. What else do I want to do to this page? Actually, I think this might look better if I add a little bit more there. Yeah, that looks a bit better to me. Then, what if I kind of had, yeah, that looks, oh yeah, that's much better. Think, ooh, I know what I want to do. I'm gonna add like little kind of sparkle shapes. So glued down very well. Sometimes I have that problem with old photos. They just kind of start not wanting to stick, but it's okay. Yeah, this pen actually wrote pretty well for this point. Sometimes I've found that with these pens, like if I hold them at an angle, sometimes they don't draw very well, but I always hold my pens at an angle, so that's a problem for me. But if I hold them perpendicular, they're a lot more likely to actually write. I feel like having words or something in there. Okay, I've realized I have all of these, whoops, I have all these like found words and stuff, and some words from my old pieces of art that I think I can just paperclip like a phrase or something to this page, and then that way I'll also be using paper clips. Alright, so in my little drawer of phrases and stuff, I found this On Bloom, which I believe I printed this from one of the Strawberry Moon magazines, which I'll also link to in the description. But I figured that was perfect because the little kid is standing on a flower. So I will just cut this out. Not caring if it's too precise really this time. I think I like it there. And have all these different colors of paper clips, so I'm trying to decide. I think I like that. So now I'm just gonna paper clip this to the page. Usually I would just glue this, but I wanted like there to be a reason for the paper clip, not just to randomly include a paper clip. Okay. And it's a simple page, but I needed a simple page today, so I'm going to call it there. Thank you for watching.